Thanks everyone for taking the time to view this webinar today. My name is Jordan Kinski and I'm joined by Eric Traversland and we're with Ops Analytica. Today we want to discuss employee health screenings. What are they, why you should be using them, and ultimately we're going to take you guys through a free resource that Ops Analytica has developed that you guys can leverage today if you're looking to implement these processes for your restaurants. Employee health screenings are essentially a questionnaire that allows you guys to ask your current employees some basic questions about their health. These systems are being used today by other restaurant groups to identify potentially sick employees before they even come into the restaurant. So it's recommended that a manager ask your employees these questions, or the employees themselves can ask themselves these questions, or essentially you could even take customers through something kind of similar to this as well. But essentially, all these programs are designed to reduce your risk. You want to have documentation that you were asking your employees these things and just doing everything that you can do to keep everyone safe. These systems are easy to implement, can be done within seconds to collect this information. We can even integrate with thermometers if you guys are interested in taking employee temperatures. It was recommended by the FDA that restaurant groups should look at implementing these systems, and as I mentioned before, other brands like McDonald's and Taco Bell are already doing this today, just to do everything they can to protect their employees and their customers alike. So now I'm going to turn it over to Eric, and we're going to take you guys through the process that Ops Analytica developed. Again, this is something that we can give you guys access to and set up for your restaurant group for free. So we just wanted to show you what it looks like, and we'll give you some more information about how to get signed up at the end.
Thanks again for joining us today. We're going to take you through a quick overview of our employee health verification process that we've created. A lot of other big brands, as I mentioned, have started doing this already. So we've developed a process in our system that can allow you to capture this data very quickly and pre-screen your employees before they start their shift. We also have a couple of other processes that might help you with just documentation of incidents, namely the sick employee incident form. You can document everything about the employee, what action you took, and just have that for future reference. But for today's demo, we're just going to focus on the employee health verification. So we will go ahead and jump in here. We're going to go through this 2 times, one where I am sick and a second time where I am not. So the idea here is that a manager will greet the employees at the front door or back door and take them through this questionnaire prior to starting their shift. So again, we're going to pretend that Eric has a fever today of 101 after we read that off of our thermometer. Right here, we're just going to nip this in the bud and say, hey, Eric's not fit to work today. We need to send him home, and probably recommend that he goes and sees a doctor. Manager can add more comments down here at the bottom, or we can just go ahead and we'll just say here, send Eric home, and then we'll go ahead and hit done. All right, now let's go ahead and pretend that we're screening Eric and he is not sick. So same thing, manager greets me at the door, puts my name in, records my temperature of 98. Now we get another series of questions here. Hey, have you had a fever or taken a fever reducer in the last 24 hours? No. Have you had direct exposure to someone who has been diagnosed with COVID-19? Now, by the way, if I did say yes here, it'll kick me right back to that same notification that says, hey, we got to send Eric home. Make sure we can't bring him back until he's been quarantined for 14 days. Again, this is totally customizable. You guys can make it your own. This is our example. Works well right out of the box, but we can work with you and customize this to your operation. So for the sake of demo, I'm just going to say no here. Have you been diagnosed with COVID-19 in the last 14 days? Nope. Now pops up and says, hey, the employee is eligible to work this shift. Please have them go clock in. Again, we can add more comments here, but we'll just go ahead and submit this, and it kicks us out. Now let's go take a look at what these reports look like after they've been completed. So first we'll take a look at the sick one. So here it's flagged right off the bat as sent employee home. So all you'll see in here that all of the responses are time, date, stamped, and geocoded, so you know where the person was when they filled out this form. We can also enforce that these get completed within a geofence of the restaurant, and that it's not able to be completed outside of that, so we don't get any funny business there. Start and end times, and we calculate duration, of course, who completed it and the location. Let's go look at the one where Eric was not sick. Pop in here, and here we gets flagged with safe to work. And the reason why we put these flags on there is because you can report on this data after the fact. Go look at all your safe to works, or go look at all your sent homes. Those allow you for follow-up later on purposes down the line to really go and look back at this stuff and see where you wound up. So again, here's where you safe to work. All the responses are recorded in here. So that's the quick overview. Hopefully you find this helpful, and I'm going to turn it back over to Jordan, and he can explain to you how this all works and how you can get it. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. So hopefully you guys found that information useful, or like taking a look at the process that we created. For any restaurant group that is interested in using this system to conduct these employee health screenings, we can get that set up for you at no cost. So if you're interested, you can email us at info@opsanalytica.com, or you can visit our website at opsanalytica.com and chat our agents, and then we'll get this set up for you. This checklist is free, and a couple other resources are available to you guys that you can use, and there is absolutely no obligation to continue using our solution in the future. So please leverage this technology today and start doing these screenings so that you guys can reduce your risk and help us all fight COVID. Thanks a lot, and hope you have a great day.